WTF happened in October 2024, and we have a big expansion announcement. Chronicles Battle for Greece, an expansion created by the makers of Capture Age. Basically, they are now, at least for one expansion, and I think hinting a second one, working with World's Edge together and creating expansion. This is solely focused on single player scenario missions and lobby games. So those will be new civilizations that won't be played in ranked, but you see new ships, you see new civilizations, new units, new art styles, crazy campaigns. And I think if you love single player games and scenarios, you're absolutely going to love this expansion. Quite an interesting move to go for this mainly single player focused expansion style. We also had two announcements of two new tournaments. Noble Apartment Cup, Nils Apartment Cup style hosted tournament by Gamer Legion. So same location as N4C, NAC4, NAC5, and pretty similar. Like you see the very similar casters. Addition of T West though, which was a big surprise to some of them. Lots of people feeling that he deserved it a lot. Also Mem, T90, Dave going to be there. Maybe some more announcements coming. And 10 players again, $50,000, increasing that watch party as well. And it will happen the 15th till 22nd of December, so shortly before Christmas. Maybe your Christmas holiday or present. Then we had Wandering Warriors Cup 2, a 1v1 tournament hosted by T90 and Dave, mainly featuring nomadic maps or something where you start with a transporter or something similar, a bit creative, not your very standard building style, happening basically after Nations Cup finishes till the Noble Apartment Cup. Let's talk more about the SAX Nations Cup. This will include a lot of spoilers. This is the final weekend for it, so maybe if you haven't seen anything before the semifinals and still want to catch up, maybe skip this segment. Otherwise, we can talk about what's happening here. We had 8 invited teams. Canada not winning a single map there. Vietnam going through. China falling to France. Argentina falling to Brazil, but those 3 teams are going through, so only Finland and Canada not going through. And now we are in this bracket stage here. China going to the semifinals against Russia, quite dominant performance we have to say. And Argentina, Vietnam, let's talk a bit about that set. There are multiple things pretty crazy about this set. First of all, Game 1, 4v4 land nomad, and you can see purple player very far away from his teammates, red, yellow and orange that are on the other side of the map. Basically, purple ACCM completely cornered and no chance to get out there. Is trying to wall, sneaky villager behind there by Nikov, will later on get pressured, and it will actually happen that we see ACCM fully defeated, as you can see at this point. Population 0? Yeah, nothing left anymore, only the market left here at the 32-minute mark. But believe it or not, this is actually going to be a crazy game, because yellow and orange completely untouched in this scenario, and they are pressuring quite a bit. I think this is one of the best tournaments of the tournament, one of the best games of the tournament, so I will link that down below if you still want to see what happened. Pretty damn crazy. And then we are moving over to game 4, which also was really interesting on Big Freeze here. Vietnam leading 2-1, Argentina only getting 1 game out of the first 3, and we see an elephant push with organ gun support, Lucha and Lucky trying to defend, and they won't be able to defend properly here. Faster Imperial Age for Vietnam, pressuring everything, and we will have the win there. Vietnam winning 3-1. If it wasn't for Vietnam sending resources to each other. That is only allowed if both players are in the same age or downwards. and here it was slinging someone that was 1 age higher. So that is not allowed, against the rules. And in the end, Argentina got awarded this single game going into 2-2, and they actually had to play game 5 that in the end went for Argentina. Vietnam out due to breaking the rules of slinging. What's also out is Age of Empires Mobile, and yeah, obviously hardcore Age of Empires fans are not really happy with it. Lots of weird stuff happened. For example, the advert said, why are you still playing Age of Empires 2? And especially like hardcore Age of Empires fans that feel like, okay, Age of Empires 2 is kind of one of the backbones of the whole franchise. It's the one with the highest international viewer numbers, is the one with the highest player numbers, and the mobile version kind of mocking it. Then I saw an ad where there was like 2 years compared, 1997 with an Age of Empires 2 screenshot where Age of Empires 2 wasn't even out, and then 2024 Age of Empires Mobile. Quite questionable. Lots of people feeling like it's stealing the name from the franchise, but that's how franchises work as well, right? And I think the only way for most people to deal with it is to say, that's a mobile game, it is pay to win, and let them do their things, and we will continue enjoying the games that we have been enjoying for 25 years. It feels a bit weird, but I think that's how franchises work. And yeah, the hope is only that the whole franchise grows with it. Which brings us to Game of the Month, and I have 2 recommendations for you here. Russia against Brazil in the group stage. Arabia, Game 5, everything on the line. And this was an absolute crazy Arabia game. I don't want to go too deep into it, but we will see a lot of crazy units, big fights, massive trades. I don't want to spoil anything like how long this game is going, but that's peak Arabia 3v3 for you. I will link it down below if you want to enjoy this one. The other recommendation will be Finland versus Argentina 1v1, and we have Nikov playing against Villes here on Alpine, and we see the Byzantine player was able to get onto cataphracts, and typically Goth not having a lot of great answers against that. Now we can see desperate spearmen switch, some knights now producing some CA, but this game is turning out to be really nice as well. We can see even faster Imperial Age there for our Byzantine player. A really nice game. Link down below. Which brings us to Clip of the Month, and this is a special one. It is not in-game, but it's going to be hilarious. Small warning, if you're scared of spiders, you probably have to skip the next 2 minutes. Otherwise, you will enjoy this masterpiece of comedy created by Balds.
In the heart of the ladder, where life thrives in a delicate balance, you find a unique creature, the arena player. The arena players are social creatures. However, they always hunt alone, as proximity to danger can cause extreme aggression, even among their own kind. Leaving the safety of its nest is a dangerous feat for the arena player. Without the safety of his walls, he could easily fall prey to larger predators. The arena player's instincts tell it to stay hidden, but the hunger is too strong. Its primary food source are fresh and innocent Arabia players. It will pounce whenever one approaches its arena lair or leaves islands and Magarandum open. It will stun them using its main weapon, the deadly monk rush. An arena player can go on days without finding a potential target. Unable to find prey, it may even resort to hunting its own species. Posturing is an arena's player best defensive mechanism.
Everything I did in this game was so high level there. I told you, Drake Mirror. Never losing to Mirror.
That's Draken, the arena player, in case you didn't know.
Making itself look invincible by excessive praise will likely deter any attacks from potential predators.
As told you, out macroed. This is my settings.
Here we can see an arena player successfully setting up a trap for its prey. Arabia player, upon realizing its fatal mistake, quickly escapes the situation. That was a close call. It was able to escape this time, but next time it might not be so lucky. In the meantime, life on the ladder will continue as it always has.
Oh, absolute thing of beauty. Bald, his YouTube channel, not even 1,000 subscribers. I think you should go there ASAP, subscribe, and give him the love. I will put down the video if you want to rewatch it as well. That was just beautiful. And now the look ahead for the next month. We will have this weekend continuation and finalization of the SAX Nations Cup. Then we are jumping into the Noble Apartment Cup qualifier, 1 week long, trying to figure out the additional 4 players into the 4 invited ones, the semifinalists of NSC 5. And no, 6. We're actually getting 4 plus 6. That's how it works. And then Wandering Warriors Cup is starting, lasting into mid-December, till we have the Noble Apartment Cup main event. I hope I will see you next month. New format, new editing style. Tell me if you like this one. I'm also considering changing the name to AoE2 News, or like WTF AoE News or something. Maybe give me some feedback there. I'm trying to make it a bit more professional, a bit more accessible, especially because I'm not advertising this one too much. That's it from me. Goodbye. Hippo lovers.